Morning students. Yesterday we discussed about graphs, straight lines, where the equation of straight line is y is equal to mx plus c, and various methods we discussed for straight lines. Now for the graphs, if they are curves, then how to write slope, and what is the positive slope, what is the negative slope. Generally, for any graph method, remember one thing: slope is measured for straight line. First point. Second one, if angle is less than 90, slope is positive, greater than 90, slope is negative. Third point, for any graph, ratio, that is slope, and product, that is area. From any graph, if you are asked to find out a physical quantity, if that physical quantity is obtained from the xy coordinates, and if that physical quantity is the ratio of xy axis, then there you have to find slope. If that physical quantity is obtained by product of xy coordinates, then you have to find the area. These are the methods to find any physical quantities from graphs. Now here, for any curve in a graph, means if this is a graph, it is given as a curve, then here if you take slope, this will be the slope, this is the angle. Here angle is less than 90, so slope is positive. And now here if you take, this is the straight line, means for any curved line, in the graph, in order to find the slope, at any point draw a tangential line. For straight line only you can find the slope. So here draw a tangential line and find out the slope for the tangential line. Here the angle tan theta gives slope. Since theta is less than 90 here, slope is positive. Slope is positive. And for this graph, where here theta is less than 90, here also theta less than 90. But while comparing these thetas, theta 2 greater than theta 1. Here this is theta angle for this straight line. This is angle for this straight line. Now from these two angles we can easily say this is a small angle, this is a large angle. So theta 2 greater than theta 1. For larger angles tan is more, means tan theta 2 greater than tan theta 1, where tan theta gives slope, means slope of second point is greater than slope of first point. If this is first one, this is second one. So this is a curve where slope increases and slope is positive. For this curve, the 2 points to note are slope positive, slope increases. Okay, for any graph, if this is the xy coordinate system, now a graph is mentioned as like this, then for such graphs, for such curves, what happens to slope? If you take a point here, draw a tangential line, draw a tangential line. Now this is theta which is less than 90. Here this point is 1, this is 2, let it be 2. Now for here, this is tangential line. So if this is theta 1 for this tangential line, and this is theta 2 for this tangential line. Here this is theta 1. Since tangential line is a straight line, so everywhere we can say it as a theta 1. For this tangential line, this is theta 2. Now if you can observe, here angle is more, here angle is less. That means theta 2 less than theta 1. Of course, here also angle is less than 90 for the two cases. For the two cases, angle is less than 90. That means tan theta 2 less than tan theta 1. Why? Because if you take tan 0, it is 0. Tan 0 is 0. Tan 30, it is 1 by root 3. Tan 45, 1. Tan 60, root 3. Tan 90, infinity. So these are the tangent function where angle increases, value increases from 0 to infinity. So here angles for less than 90 all are positive, and as angle increases from 0 to 90, value also increases. So here, since theta 1 is greater than theta 2 or theta 2 is less than theta 1, angle is small, so tangent value is also small. Tangent values gives slopes, means slope, here slope is greater than second point, means m2 is less than m1. So for this curves, slope gradually decreases. For this curves, slope gradually increases. But for these two curves, angles are less than 90. Angle means angle made by the tangent with positive x-axis. So these angles are less than 90, so slopes are positive. So this is for these two curves, where curves appear in this shape, in this pattern. Now for some more curves where slope is negative and slope increases or decreases. Here slope increased since tan theta 2 is more than tan theta 1. Here slope decreased since tan theta 2 is less than tan theta 1. Now here some more curves. If you are given a curve as like this, if this is a curve, then for such curves, what happens to slopes? If this is the curve, what happens to slope? First of all, here this is the tangent for this point. So here this is the tangent, where this is x-axis, this is positive x-axis. This positive x-axis, parallel line, we can also treat it as a positive x-axis. Here angle is greater than 90. Everywhere up to here, everywhere, if you draw tangent, their angle is greater than 90. For this also, if you extend this line, if this is the line drawn, this makes an angle which is greater than 90. Which is greater than 90, here also which is greater than 90. That means when angle is greater than 90, what is indication? If angles are greater than 90 and less than 180, that means slope is negative. Here for such graphs, slope is negative. And as you observe, since slope is negative and moreover here slope increases as the graph curve turns to this side, slope increases. Why? Because if you take this point, though it is greater than 90, but here the angle is less than this one. Here this is angle is more, here this angle is less. That means if you can take this as y-axis, here it is 90 plus this may be around 30. But here for this one, if this is 90 and it is more than 30, so it may be around 150 and it may be around 120. That means here angle is more, here angle is less. Now comparing two values means slope is negative, that is confirmed. Why slope is negative? Since angles are greater than 90, that is confirmed. But if we compare tan 120, tan some 150, then here this angle may be around tan 120, this angle may be around tan 150. For tan 120, this is tan 90 plus 30. As we discussed in the earlier class, tan 90 plus angle is negative for tangent because it is more than 90 and less than 180. For all angles more than 90 and less than 180, tan function is negative. So this is minus, and this tan 90 plus theta is cot theta, that is cot 30. Cot 30 is root 3. So tan 120 is root 3. And similarly tan 150. Tan 150 is tan 90 plus 60. Since 150 is also less than 180 and it is in between 90 and 180, tangent is a negative function for 150 angle. And this is minus cot 60. Cot 60 is 1 by root 3, means 1 by 1.732. Now this is minus 1.732. So here this value is around minus 0. This is 1 by 1.7. So 17 5s 85, 17 6, 102. So it is around 0.5 and so on. That means here tan 150 is around minus 0.5 and tan 120 is minus 1.732. So negative value here it is more and it is less. Okay. That means here slope is negative and value is more for tan 120. Slope is negative and value is more for 1.732. It is more for 120. That means for such curves, for this type of curves, slope increases. Here the slope is 0.5, here the slope is 1.732. Slope increases and it is negative. For such curves, slope increases and slope is negative. Likewise, you may have curves in this pattern. So now entering into physical quantities. The graphs may be given between position versus time, position versus velocity, velocity versus time, acceleration versus time. So, such graphs will be given. First of all, since this is a one-dimensional motion, for all constant acceleration motions means uniform acceleration motions, acceleration constant. For such motions, we can apply equations of motion. V is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at squared, v squared minus u squared is equal to 2as. So, all these equations can be valid for uniformly accelerated motion. From graphs also we can deduce the relations. Already we have been deduced s is equal to ut plus half at squared from graph. So, now from these graph patterns we will draw the graphs between position time, velocity time like that, and we will find out the physical quantities what the questions involved, right. So, here now if we draw position time graph, position versus time graph, if this is the graph, what it indicates? Here initial position is 0 at a t is equal to 0. So, this graph indicates y is equal to mx, since straight line passing through origin. So, y is equal to mx. Now, here since the graph starts from origin at t is equal to 0, position is 0, means in our one dimensional motion when t is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, means here body starts from origin in one dimensional motion, and here as the time increases body travels equal distances. How you can say it travels equal distances? Why? Because straight line indicates y is equal to mx. For any straight line slope is constant, means here position proportional to time. If you draw slope, then this is x2, this is x1, this is t1, this is t2. Now, the slope is y2 minus y1, that is here x2 minus x1 by x2 minus x1 in general, but it is here t2 minus t1. So, change in position, displacement by time interval, which is called velocity. So, the slope gives velocity, and for a straight line slope is constant, means for this straight line velocity is constant. So, this straight line indicates uniform motion. Since velocity is constant, uniform motion. So, now x2 minus x1 is equal to velocity into t2 minus t1. x2 minus x1 is displacement, v into t2 minus t1 is time interval. So, s is equal to vt, constant velocity. Generally, when velocity is constant, acceleration is 0. So, that plus half at squared, but a is 0, that term is not included. So, displacement is equal to vt. This is the graph which indicates constant speed. And now, if the graph starts from here, what is the difference? The only difference is that when graph starts from origin, origin itself is reference point itself is the starting point. If graph starts from here, motion is observed from origin, but it has initially some position. Okay. So, if graph starts from here, Initially at t is equal to 0, body starts from position x1. Of course, body starts other than origin. Okay, so that is only the difference between these two graphs. But for the two graphs, slope is constant since it is a straight line. Here this is y is equal to mx plus c, where y is position, m is velocity, x is time plus c. When time is 0, means here position is there, some position is there, then x2 is c. So this is y-intercept. So this graph is y is equal to mx plus c, where m represents slope, which is velocity for position time graph, and this is uniform motion. Here uniform motion starts from origin, here uniform motion starts from some other position. That is only the difference. Okay. So for position time graph, here slope gives velocity. Similarly, if position time graph is given as like this, this is position time graph. So already we discussed about this graph. In this position time graph, position starts from origin. Now at t is equal to 0, x is equal to 0. Then if you draw a tangent at this point 1, then here this is the tangent. Now here slope is theta 1, tan theta 1. If you draw another tangent here, this is slope tan theta 2. What we learned so far, here this angle is more, angle is less. That means tan theta 1 is greater than tan theta 2. So what is this tan theta 1? Slope. Slope for what graph? Position time graph. Slope of position time graph. Generally, if you draw slope, since this is a tangent which is a straight line, now if you draw slope at this point or for entire this straight line, you will have the same slope, because this is a straight line, slope is constant for that straight line. Then that slope gives, if we draw the slope, this is x2, this is x1. Similarly, this is t1, this is t2. Slope is opposite side, means x2 minus x1, and adjacent side t2 minus t1, tan theta. Tan theta is opposite side by adjacent side, x2 minus x1 by t2 minus t1, which is velocity. x2 minus x1, that is displacement, t2 minus t1. So it is velocity. So here tan slope for position time graph, slope is velocity. Here tan theta 1 is greater than tan theta 2. That means slope at 1 greater than slope at 2. What does it mean? Velocity at 1 is greater than velocity at 2. Velocity at 1 greater than velocity at 2. That means velocity gradually decreases, and if graph comes to this position, then here slope is a horizontal straight line. Horizontal straight line. Here if you draw a tangent to this point, if graph comes horizontally here, this is a tangent which is a horizontal straight line. Now horizontal straight line makes 0 with horizontal. Now if we draw it separately here, this is the straight line drawn at third point. If we take this as third point, at that third point this is the graph. Now what is the angle made with x-axis? It is parallel to x-axis. So angle is 0. Angle means theta 3 0, then tan theta 3 0, slope 0. Slope means velocity 0. So from this graph what you observe, as slope decreases, velocity decreases. Finally here velocity becomes 0. As body moves on, gradually velocity decreases. So this is a retarded motion. Since velocity decreases from a maximum value to 0, since it is a retarded motion. Okay. So when you observe this motion, generally in motion under gravity, if a body is projected vertically upwards, here it is thrown with some initial velocity. As it goes on, finally when it reaches to a maximum displacement, that is maximum height, final velocity becomes 0. There acceleration is retardation, since when the body moves up, negative acceleration, which is retardation, so that the body retarded and final velocity becomes 0. So this graph is example for vertically projected body up to maximum height, up to here. Hereafter what happens? Up to here, slope gradually decreases, means velocity of body gradually decreases, that means the body is under retarded motion. Finally velocity becomes 0. Now from here onwards, what happens if body reaches to maximum height? Again it falls down. When it comes to this point, again velocity reaches to u. As per our derivation so far, what we learnt, when a body is projected from a point, if velocity is u, then if it reaches the same point in opposite direction, again the magnitude of velocity is u, but in opposite direction. So here body started at rest. When it comes momentarily at rest, again it falls down. So when it strikes ground, again it reaches to u. But what happens to displacement? When it starts from this point, again reaches to the same point or same level, displacement is 0. Displacement is 0, but velocity increases to the same value. Okay. Now for such motion, here so far we discussed about the vertically projected body. Now we are discussing about freely falling body. Now vertically projected body reaches maximum displacement. Now here it falls down. So now what happens when it is falling through that displacement? So look at here. We will continue for freely falling body in the same graph. If this is the graph, now here we continue this graph. So this is the point where position again reaches to 0. That means here body started from origin, again body reaches to the same origin. Why? Because on x-axis, means on time axis, y coordinate becomes 0, as we know that on x-axis y coordinate becomes 0. That means y coordinate is x here, that becomes 0. Means the body started from origin, again it comes to the origin. Okay. So when it comes to origin, means body moves to here in the one dimension, turns back and comes here. So this is on horizontal straight line. For vertically projected body, what it denotes? It denotes that when the body is projected upwards, here it stops. So final velocity becomes 0. Hereafter again it falls down. When it reaches the same point of projection, velocity is u, but in opposite direction. Now when it travels through this displacement s, again it travels through the same displacement in the opposite direction. So look at here, This is the third point where this indicates where it indicates maximum position here. Now this is origin y-axis and here this is maximum position. So this is the displacement. Generally, to find out displacement, simply what we discussed is draw a straight line from starting point to the final position, starting position to final position. That means this is the starting position, this is the final position. So this is the displacement, the parallel line I draw here. Now when it reaches here, slope is 0 since the straight line is horizontal. Now here again comes down. When it is coming down, what happens? Velocity increases in the opposite direction. Acceleration due to gravity is also in this direction. But downward directions are taken as negative. So this is minus g and here velocity is also negative. Once look at here, how would we get velocities from position time graphs? Simply slope. Slope of position time graph gives velocity. So here if we take slope, then that slope will be velocity for position time graph. Now look at here, here slope is 0. Now if you draw a line here, then this line makes an angle. Here this is the slope, here the angle with the tangent made by x-axis is greater than 90. Slope is negative. Slope is negative. What is slope? Velocity. While comparing with this slope is here it is approximately 90 or a little bit more than 90, of course. As we discussed in the earlier case, let it be as 120 and let this be as some 150. So tan 150 value is less than tan 120 as we discussed earlier. So here tan 120 is greater than tan 150 magnitudinally only. Both are negative. Both are negative, of course. Negative indicates what? Direction. Why? Because here when the body reaches maximum displacement, now again the displacement becomes 0, whether it is in horizontal motion or in vertical motion. When the displacement becomes 0, again the body reaches to the same position. That means in order to reach the same position, it has to turn back and travel in the opposite direction. Is it right? Then here if body starts from 3.3 and reaches to the x-axis, here slope tan 150 is less than tan 120. What happened? Slope increases. Here what happened? Slope increases. Slope increases means velocity increases. But here slope is negative, means velocity increases in negative direction. Negative direction. The slope here and the slope here both are same, but here this is less than 90, means here this is tan 120 which is equal to cot 30. Okay, here it will be around tan 60. Tan 60 and cot 30 are equal, but they are here tan 120 which is negative, tan 60 is positive. You have to consider here this is as tan 60. Since the slope is less than 90, here slope is greater than 90, so this is tan 120. Both are equal, but this is in negative direction, this is in positive direction. So for this graph, slope increases, means velocity increases, and on reaching here, position reaches to 0. So this is a complete graph for position time in vertical motion. That means this is the motion under gravity. Up to here, this is vertically projected upwards. From here, it is a freely falling body. This is position time graph. Based on this position time graph, we can draw velocity time graph for the same motion. Okay.